Member for Scarborough Southwest.
Mr. Speaker, the Canadarm made us all proud and is central to Canada's role in space history. This should be above politics. So why has an event to honour our space history turned into another event marred by politics? The first Canadian astronaut in space played an important role in Canadarm history and space science. Can the government not recognise this? Does the minister not agree with the NDP that the first Canadian in space should have been invited to the Canadarm event?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Canadian Heritage. Order. Order. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's interesting. On the lead question today, the NDP were talking about how the fact that they didn't actually want to talk about history, that it wasn't important to talk about history. But now they're talking about how important Canadian history is. We are actually very proud of Canada's astronauts. We're proud of Canada's armed forces. In this particular event, the Canadian Space Agency was in charge of who was actually invited to this event, Mr. Speaker. We're very, very proud of the accomplishments of Canada in space, and we'll continue to recognize that history as often as we possibly can, Mr. Speaker. We are very proud of Canada's astronauts. It's a shame that the Liberal Party rejected them by 80% at their leadership, Mr. Speaker.
For Scarborough Southwest.
That answer is disgraceful and beneath a member of the Government of Canada. Now, they can't be bothered to show respect for the first Canadian in space, yet they want us to trust them to rewrite provincial history books? Mr. Speaker, Conservatives at the Heritage Committee are now trying to remake our nation's history in their own image. The last thing Canadians want is politicians deciding what's in their children's textbooks. So, can this government admit that it is a mistake to try and tell provincial schools what history they should teach?